Oh, and so the lineup for Rain on game one of this best of three series on Northern Waters is going to be St. Vincent, Kremlin, Des Moines, Petropavlovsk, Stalingrad, Marceau, Haragumo, Ragnar, and a Yuyang. What have you got for Penta?
Well, Penta have gone for double St. Vincent, double Nevsky, Petro, double Haragumo, double Ragnar. They like their doubles.
Yeah, this is, you know why? You know why they have like their doubles? It's because if you get bad spawns, if you have the same ship, you're going to have one spawn with a slightly less bad spawn. So if you have two demands, you can send one to each side. You don't matter if you get the bad spawn. You get there first, always.
So you say that, but they're ignoring that.
Yeah, I hate you.
Because the Ragnars have just crossed over each other.
Understandable, have a nice day. Let's just, yeah.
So at least the Ragnars had a dedicated position to go to that they were better at, or something like that.
Yeah, and it's just made me look like a complete tit.
So you can thank Penta for that.
Yeah, that's fine. Penta are used to making me look like tits. I've talked to enough of them. I've played with enough of them. I was their mascot for Brawls one time. That was really fun, actually. I got to play Brawls with Penta. It's like, yay! Anyway, initial deployments. Heading over to the A cap for Rain, we have a Haragumo, Marceau, Des Moines, and Kremlin. Heading over to the C cap, we have everything else, which is Ragnar, Yuyang, Petropavlovsk, St. Vincent, and a Stalingrad. What have you got for Penta?
So Penta are bringing out the A cap. They've got Ragnar, Petro, with a St. Vincent sort of meandering that way, but it's also hanging around close enough to B, which has a Haragumo Nevsky going for it. A Haragumo laying down the smoke screen early now to go for the cap. And over towards C, we've got Ragnar, Haragumo, Nevsky, and St. Vincent.
Yeah.
Looks like the Haragumo Nevsky are going wide to set up their smoke buddy system here.
Yeah, it's a very aggressive position for this smoke screen very early on. It's going to complete, like, then what's going to be in that smoke screen? Probably a Nevsky. Let's just not go anywhere near it. Meanwhile, we'll see back over here, we have the Des Moines and Haragumo. I'm not sure what exactly the plan is here, but they look to be lining up the Haragumo for a run at that cap at some point, maybe with the Des Moines inside it. I'll have to keep an eye on that one. They're holding back the Haragumo to do something later on with it, while they just take B for free.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that.
We might be having some Marceau and Ragnar action over at the A cap relatively soon. Ragnar's turning out. Marceau is also turning out. Actually not going anywhere as close to the cap as I was thinking. But they should meet over at this island here. Actually, no, the Ragnar's just going to go stern and reverse into the cap. Early salvos coming out over at sea, though. We have Yuyang torpedoes already flying out. We have a cross shot into the side of the St. Vincent of Angelstone. Going to be doing a fair chunk. That's like, 6k. He's going to return fire with his own salvo at the side of the St. Vincent. We have Haragumo smoke screen going down in front of the Nevsky. Those Yuyang torpedoes are completely missed, by the way, but, it's pre-torps. They don't expect it to land.
So I have just been illuminated, by the way, as to how to find the ship bans. There was a button on the website to go and press to look at them. And banned ships for this map are Girin and Moskva.
Okay.
Or for this match.
I'm assuming the Moskva ban was by Rain? Question mark?
Yes.
Yeah, Penta are known for their tendency to run a shitload of Moskvas, but there's a limit of Moskva and Nevsky anyway.
Yeah, there is a limit of Moskvas, but Moskva is still a very good ship for this map because of its ability to not get farmed out like Stalingrad can.
Yeah. Speaking of like Stalingrad, can we see how far back Worldspawn is in his Stalingrad? He just decides, I don't want to be farmed out. I'm going to stay back here. Marceau of Bison on the one line there, just going to be poking down, seeing what you can find. We'll be seeing the Petropavlovsk is there. It's like, okay. I'll just not play with that. Back over to C, we see Smokescreen, Nevsky, Haragumo, Yuyang caught on a radar, cheap. I think he's behind that rock now, so he's fine. Doesn't really care. But Gangbarang and his Petropavlovsk being shot at by Haragumo. I was going to say farm, but nobody farms a Petro. It just, it's a brick.
It's not very fertile.
Yeah.
It's not fertile farming ground.
Yeah.
We do have the Haragumo Des Moines from Rain over at B now trying to return some farming towards the Haragumo Nevsky, but they've just left. Yep. They took B cap and they're now just leaving.
So I like this repush where the Haragumo Des Moines going to be looking towards... Yeah. Right, so this Des Moines position, he's going to have full radar control over A, with that delayed push there, they're able to rotate the Haraguma into B. They're able to get some farming going down on the front of the Nevsky. However, the Haraguma is just going to smoke them back up and say no thank you. However, is there are torpedoes heading towards where the smoke screen is appearing from. However, they've all expired. There's the however to the however to the however to the however.
Hawaii?
Hawaii, Kauai. Alright, radar comes out from the Yu-Yang of sheep. That's a radar Yu-Yang! Sheep's running a radar Yu-Yang.
Well, now we need to ask the important question, though.
Build?
It's not legendary.
It's not.
It also,
he's running Dazzle!
He's what now?
He's running Dazzle.
Okay. He's also not running the radar mod.
No, he's running engine mod. Sorry, like the coal mod.
The speed, yeah.
Sheep is a Dazzle enjoyer. Learn something new every day. Ah. Oh, and that's an RPF.
No, I completely forget that Dazzle exists in this game.
So do I, and I'm quite interested in seeing top-level players like Sheep are using it.
Yeah,
I have slated Dazzle for a long time. I'm not gonna slate Sheep because he's a far better player than I'll ever be. But yeah, okay. Alright, anyway.
And as you would expect, the two Penta Haragumos are running the legendary mod and the smoke cool mod as well. The Kinemod's about to eat a deep water here from the Yu-Yang.
Where is Kinemod? In the
over at CCAP. Yeah, and Angel Stone looks like he's going to eat two of them. Let's hit the speed boost because he doesn't want to eat two.
Well, he speed boost back.
One.
he speed boost in reverse back past that one. However, we do see Kinemod is still suffering at the hands of Ragnar, Petro, Vincent.
Yeah. Kinemod has, however, gone undetected, and they have detected sheep instead.
He's running Ovechkin for the improved survivability expert on his Nevsky. All right.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We do have a Kremlin pushing down the one line towards Blood Legend's Petro on the one line. Both the Petro and the Kremlin pushing for the same island at the same time. After Blood Legend been sitting on that island further south for quite a while.
Yeah, we see Sheep has once again caught himself behind a rock. Locked in radars. This time it's going to be the Ragnar radar. And Nevsky has salvos. Vincent has salvos. Haragumo should have salvos as well. He's going to have to lock himself down back behind that rock again. There is going to be a Ragnar in his face here. Sheep's going to be taking a lot of damage here. Luckily, he has Dazzle, so I'm sure some of these shells will miss, right?
So the Stalingrad over at BCAP, the Rain Stalingrad, has shots into the side of Silverblade's St. Vincent at A. The first shot didn't do much damage, and the second shot has not done much either, which is quite lucky. And I think Silverblade is probably going to start to leave a bit more and angle a bit more.
Sheep's down at 2k HP. Nevsky Salvo's still coming in. I don't know
if anybody's got radar. Surely, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he does. He's going down. Sheep goes down. Dazzle not saving him there. Back over to this Stalingrad with the cross shots that you mentioned. All right, okay, hang on. What's happening with this Kremlin? What's happening with this Kremlin?
The Kremlin drove up to the edge of the island and parked, but we do have a rush coming in from the Marceau here.
Well, you say that, he can't get past the Kremlin.
We had a rush, and then he rushed to a halt.
Now, you see, the thing is, now the Petro has to choose. Do you shoot the Kremlin, or do you shoot the Marceau? The Marceau's going...
Here goes the Marceau.
Bison going for the rush?
The Marceau does this. The Marceau probably kills the Petro, yeah?
Yep.
But does it then die in return because Ragnar St. Vincent?
Most of that salvo from Blood Legend missed. I think he was aiming for the torpedo tubes. Didn't even knock them out. Hasn't had to pop his damage control. So yeah, that's just... He's dead.
So this will be a trade, surely.
Yeah,
with St. Vincent and Ragnar returning the favour here.
Well, hopefully.
It needs
Ragnar
to be a
shells
trade.
come out. Looks like he's going to get away. He's going to get out of the Ragnar's radar range. Haragumo shots coming in. He's got straight out there.
Here's the St. Vincent shots. And the St. Vincent shots don't do it, but...
Blind fire, perhaps? Vile?
800 health.
Well, that was an effective rush. They dislodged that. What's happening over at sea? Things, perhaps? Things.
And now I think Blood Legend will almost be quite upset with his not quite killing. Although Marceau is driving towards the Kremlin, which is under a lot of fire, and they've decided to turn away from each other here. That was very close to stray shells hitting the Marceau in 800 health.
Well, I mean, there's still a possibility of this.
Yeah, there is still a possibility, but they did realize it was quite funny to see the moment of realization when they were driving towards each other. Then suddenly they both just 90-degree turned away.
The double border surfing pro strats. I love it. Right, Haragumo.
That is a lot of damage coming in that Kremlin.
Oh yeah, it's a Haragumo, Ragnar, Vincent, Nevsky all raining down on it. Authorius and Haragumo Smokescreen not going to be doing much, but they can't continue pushing. Meanwhile, Ragnar and Ragnar Violence, Hexagen should be able to get this kill on Striver. That'll be like 2-1 ship lead. I don't think they're going to get the trade. I don't think anybody else has shots on Hexagen.
No,
Worldspawn's going to be yoinking that kill.
Well,
now we have...
Still spotted, but it's just going to leave.
Yeah.
At this point, you just leave. You take B cap. Point needs to be careful in his Nevsky A. If anything, if he starts firing and he's gone into the smoke now.
He's still spotted though. No, he's not.
He was briefly, but yeah, you need to be careful because if the Stalingrad had guns facing over towards him, he would have been in a lot of trouble there. He eats a torp for it though. He eats 2 torps for it.
Fine suffering. I'm just looking at the one line here. We have Gangrang and his Petro about to be like, I don't know.
Point does overextend the smoke.
Oh, he came out the front of it.
Yeah, to try and dodge the torps, his accelerated Stalingrad shots coming in from the side.
He's fine. He's only bow in. He's only bow in against everything.
He's still detected going into the smoke.
Yeah, he's got the Kremlin in his
the
face.
Kremlin's
He's shooting. He's going to go down here. Point
goes down. This is not going well for... this is not going well for Penta on that flank.
There is still a Kremlin being farmed out here. All right, back over this this 9-10 line play here. We have the Petropavlovsk gang, who's currently zoning out Haragumo, Vincent, and Nevsky all at the same time. Single Wiggly Torp going towards them as well. We have the St. Vincent of Eternal Titan just holding off this push as well. This is like 3 ships completely locked in the corner. Look at this map control. Like, look at the map
Kremlin
right now.
does take a torp here. Kremlin's going to go down. It's trying to heal through the damage. It goes down. It's over at A.
Right. So they have a kill here, but they need to get stepped on caps, and they need to step on them now. They can maybe chase down this map. No, they can't. It's a Ragnar and a Haragumo. They won't catch the Marsu, who just wants to leave. The Des Moines is very low of Artorius as well. They need to give up this cap immediately. They have a Haragumo Real Ship Shady who should be able to, like, at least get some salvos off into the Haragumo or Ragnar when they try to step onto it. So this just leaves what's happening with Gang here. We have a Haragumo rush, potentially. Marcelo going for it. He has no other options here. He needs to make something happen.
Yeah. And Hexagen's trying to get involved.
Radar comes out from the Petro. Gets 1 shot off. Haragumo dumps his first set of torpedoes. Doesn't have the reload booster available, so all he's gonna get is that one.
No, he just used it. He did just use it. But he might have used it and then had him in-capped. Because he used it and then got shot by the Petro, so the Petro might have actually just got the torp in cap there. That would be unfortunate. That would be incredibly unfortunate if that was the case. I did see it get popped. We do have the Ragnar pushing in towards A. St. Vincent is ahead pushing in. Petro does go down.
Right, so now we have a very low health Nevsky of Kinemod. He's got Vincent's shells on his broadside. Doesn't quite kill him, but he should be going down at the next couple of salvos from this Ragnar. Ragnar build.
Yeah, we have Silverblade trying to dodge Haragumo torps coming in towards him, and St. Vincent in the A push here. It does successfully get past them all.
Yeah, but look at the points. Look at how many caps are.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to stomp A. They need to stop A with kills, and then they need to jump into B as soon as possible here.
Vile at least is currently maintaining vision on the Des Moines, so everything's farming out at it. Stalingrad salvos from Worldspawn coming in towards the Ragnar as well. St. Vincent pushing forward. Real Ship Shady going to be coming out at the front of the smoke screen, realizing like I could get some free damage on a Vile here while everything's trying to focus down my Des Moines. Actually, that Des Moines going down a lot faster than I was expecting. Holy cow! How to pop this damn card? Goes down. Yeah. Salvo's coming into Real Ship Shady still.
And Angelstone has stepped onto sea in the St. Vincent. Of course, St. Vincent is a very concealment strong ship. So until now hasn't been detected. And that's Hexagen detecting him and is returned fire on Hexagen.
Yeah, you just have to worry about Eternal Titan cross map. Well, cross shot.
Yeah, you do have to worry about that, but that is important to just maintain that pause there whilst they regather themselves.
Alright, so their options, yeah, they're sending Silverblade and the Ragnar towards B to try and take that. They need to step on B immediately. They have tightening Stalingrad of Worldspawn to worry about on the way out of there. Haragumo of Real Ship Shady should stop Vile and Ragnar of... Well, that's going to be...
Solitude.
Yeah,
That's Solitude, yeah. I did ask him about the name, and he said it's a song. It's
Understandable.
apparently a song.
Minimalo Malamalo.
Because I did ask him why his name looked like he's someone who'd fallen down this, like you fell like 4 steps down the stairs on the ball of your feet. And he just said it's a Russian song of some sort.
Understandable. Have a nice day. Alright, so yeah, we see Vincent on Vincent Violence. He's going to be resetting Angel Stone. He's going to have to sit there and wait for another salvo. He's just going to get reset one more time. 5 minutes. Right.
Yeah, very important reset there because Angel Stone nearly had that cap.
Oh, he held the reload forever. Like, you realize, like, they're keeping Angel Stone locked down there.
Yeah. But with Stalingrad moving across, that leaves it open for Silverblade to just go. And Silverblade has still got, 5 seconds of speed boost to get up to full speed at least. And Ragnar of Solitude, in fact, they're all going for it. They're all going for B cap.
I'm trying to point out, if they'd actually got the kill on Bison, that would have been a 70-point swing, and it would have actually been a lot closer.
Yes, it very like the call that they made to drive away from each other whilst there was Haragumo, Nevsky, Ragnar, St. Vincent shells in the air was crucial. And Angel Stone not getting the it was Angel Stone in the Petro, right? Blood Legend. No. Blood Legend. Yeah. So Blood Legend not getting the damage, any more damage than he did. Very, very lucky for Rain there.
Stalingrad radar comes out after he gets spotted by the Saint. After he gets he's got Saint Vincent in the radar. The other Saint Vincent of Angel Stone is not in the radar. However, he's getting shot. So Angel Stone had to leave that cap, which means that the points are taking really, really hard right now for Rain. They should be able to get the second Saint Vincent of Silverblade into that cap.
Angel Stone's got 8 seconds to survive until he gets his heal, and he absolutely needs that heal.
It's only got a Harrow control goes up. Alright, heal gets popped. 2,000 health. Oh, super heal. Here we go.
Just in time.
Right, he should be able to get out of there. Right, so even if Penta step on the B cap, they've delayed points a little bit. They've got 90 seconds still to play with. Angel Stone running away as much as possible. He does have Eternal Titan. Oh, no, he's on fire. He's on fire. That's perma fire. He might go down.
Yeah, he's got no damage control.
No heal available. Yeah. He's also just trying to blind fire where he thinks the Ragnar is and just nothing.
That's the end of the match, right?
Yep. Well, it will be in about 2 seconds. Rain, 1-0 in the series. Well, yeah. Well, that was spicy. Lots of instants. Lots of instants. We had like
we are seeing a lot of St. Vincent's. I like it. I do like it.
Yeah, 3 Vincents and a Kremlin. That
sounds like the start of a really shit joke.
It does. I was just thinking the same thing. So what the fuck happened there?
I don't quite know. I feel like there was a couple of... So, honestly, I feel like there was... Just torps.
Just torps.
Pentanevskis seem to have a magnetic attraction to torps.
So...
Kinemodi Yu Yang torp, 0.82 of the Harugumo torps. They lost a lot of health from the Nevskis to torps. It's not necessarily their fault. They're just well-placed torps, right?
Yeah.
And not killing that Marceau, let Marceau surviving on 800 health. I think that might have just lost. I think that alone might have lost in that match.
Nah, the thing about the Marceau is the Marceau wasn't really able to do much after he was down to that health, so he wasn't a deciding factor.
Yeah, but it's 3 points, and at the stage, but when it was that at the end when Penta had managed to get into a second cap, they'd managed to take 2 caps and points were taken for them. If they hadn't let, what was it, you said 70 points slip away from them, they might have been able to turn it on those 2 caps and just survive it. Even if Angel Stone went down, they might have been able to survive and win it.
Sure, that would have been I don't know, because you've still got the full health.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, if that's the situation, then the Rain Haragumo that was hanging around maybe hangs around closer to A to slip back in and try and take it. So you can't say that it is the sole reason, but it's yeah. There's a lot of very, very close calls in that.
Right, anyway. Should we get prep for game 2? Because, yes. Alright, so game 2.
I will note that was, by the way, the Penta map pick.
Oh.
A colossal battle between opposing fleets will soon unfold here amongst the waters of the East China Sea. The residents of these islands will shortly bear witness to the thunder and flash of combat, and only one team will sail away victorious. This is Sleeping Giant. Sleeping Giant is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination style map with 3 cap points running in a line from west to east. The A cap is on the left, B is in the center, and C is on the right. Cap A on the left is fraught with danger. Previously located in the Thunderdome, the new cap location has an island on the left side that provides limited protection for both teams, while on the right side, the Thunderdome can provide cover for radar cruisers. Any team looking to take the cap will now have to gain control of both sets of islands in order to hold it. In the center, Capture Area B is just as perilous, as it is now smaller than it used to be. Completely open with plenty of places for radar cruisers to hide nearby without being spotted, it's commonly left uncaptured until the mid and late game. Cap C on the right may be the most treacherous. Originally centered on the set of 4 islands to the left of the cap, which provided some cover for a daring destroyer player, the now wide open cap will be challenging for even the most skilled of teams to contest and hold, unless they gain control of the island chain near the center or the Ocean of the 10 line. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Sleeping Giant.
Map intro there, done by the wonderful Mini Hannibal. NA streamer representative. Actually, no, he's not the NA streamer. He's an NA coordinator, isn't he? The streamer representative for NA is Sea Raptor, our favorite creature of land and sea. So, right. So the Pepega Dome, Sleeping Giant. Spicy strats? Question mark?
I do love that part of the map. I just wish the cap was still inside the Thunderdome. I want it to be in there.
I'm calling it the Pepega Dome. I've heard other things. Yeah. Look, Pepega Dome just has a much better ring to it, I must say. Thunderdome to me involves a lot more like Dutch music. Just putting it out. Maybe we had a Judgment Day. No, okay. Tape suit. Oh yeah. Right. So, Sleeping Giant gonna be our next map. Gonna be. I have thoughts on this map. I have many thoughts.
I will be honest, by the way. I did have to like wonder why you were thinking of Dutch music, because I think of Mad Max.
Because there was an
yeah, I looked. There was a concert. There's a
concert. Another word I would use.
Yes, I'm using the very kindly supplied word by Google.
Yeah, a concert value. Yeah. Oh dear. Right. Honestly, I think we see more Vincents on this map. I also think we see more Nevskis on this map, and I think it's just going to be like who eats tops first.
I think we've seen a Vincent on the one line from the South Spawn team every single time we've cast this match so far.
I didn't quite catch.
No, it was an Incom bill once.
Incom works. It's just the same as it's not quite.
Yeah, but we have seen a British battlecruiser on the one line without fail.
Yeah, so Penta in this team gonna be on the green team. Let me switch over to the game scene for you all. Map number 2 here on what's this one called? Sleeping Giant. Angelstone, the St. Vincent, Silverblade in the St. Vincent, Kenny Mod in the Nevsky, Blood Legend in Petropavlovsk, Unlike Tongue in Stalingrad. Why do you do this to me, Solitude? Solitude, Marceau, Violin, and Haraguma, Striver, and Ragnar, Marcello, and Ragnar. What have you got for Rain?
So Rain are bringing in the Shikishima, Kremlin, Des Moines, Nevsky, Petro, Stalin, Marceau, Haragumo, and Yu Yang.
Alright, is Sheep still running as Dazzle Build Yu Yang? Most likely he is.
Yes.
Yep. Understandable.
And just as I was saying, every time we've seen this map so far, there has been a British battlecruiser on the one line of the A-cap from the South Spawn team. Rain say, not this time. They bring a Kremlin Shikishima. So I guess I get to eat my own words.
Turns out that Rain are not, in fact, Vincent enjoyers, at least not on this map. So,
or Incomp enjoyer.
Yeah. Well, mostly because most of the incomes we see are incompetent. But I think these ones, I think these guys can play income pretty well. I've seen them have some really spicy income strategies on Tears of the Desert that they were running it on last KotS. I think Vincent might do that job better now. I think Vincent just does the job better. It has the torpedo option, like the bow mounted bolt, allows like anti-rush protection.
Income's only thing is its concealment advantage.
Yeah. And bigger guns.
And it has slightly higher overmatch. But Income's got really slow shells, so despite having the overmatch, it has really, really crap pen, if I remember correctly.
Who needs pen when you have overmatch?
when you shoot things at long range at broadside, long range.
Yes, everybody's favorite
with Income.
Everybody's favorite, the range mod incomparable. Looking at you, Kilobin. Okay, so anyway, initial deployments over the okay.
Initial deployments are restart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the scenes, and we'll just be like, okay, looks like we've got to restart and stuff like that. Okay. Next map. Starts to look. I'm going AFK for a bit. If you say anything stupid, please ban yourself. Understandable.
Yes, I have seen some hammers being thrown around. I also did see the famous new community manager pop in briefly.
Yeah, I saw guys.
We have a killer bint floating about somewhere as well.
Mm-hmm.
All of the celebrities in chat, literally all of them, or something.
Yes. Well, it turns out when you have Penta versus fucking Rain game, everybody's like, I want to watch Penta versus Rain. Surprising that one, isn't it? Oh, who could have expected that, the big game is the one that everybody wants to watch? Why are we in this room? We don't want to watch Penta versus Rain, do we, Jirak? No. We want to watch, ETA 73 versus, what the fuck they're playing against. Even in the tournament.
Hey, my press account got invaded.
Anyway. Back in to the games for the 3-3 start. We didn't even get to see who was on the initial deployments. So we'll just right. Anyway, Penta down 1-0 in this series. Can they bring it back? Prepare themselves for a reverse sweep. Do you consider a 2-1 a reverse sweep? I consider a 2-1 a reverse sweep.
I mean, anyway, as far as best of 3 goes, that is the definition, I suppose.
Yeah. So anyway, having a look at the lineups again, we'll go over them again just in case you missed them last time. St. Vincent, Nevsky, Petra, Pavlos, Stalingrad, Marso, Haraguma, and double Ragnar. Going to be the green team Penta deployments, and red team.
Red team of Rain have Shikishima, Kremlin, Des Moines, Nevsky, Petropavlovsk, Stalingrad, Marso, Haragumo, and Yuyang.
Yep. Once again, Sheep in his famous I'm going to run Dazzle. Is he radar mod again? Is he radar Yuyang again? I didn't even... Or is he smoke mod? I think he's smoke.
He's smoke?
Yeah, he's smoke without smoke mod. He's smoke with engine mod. So you can smoke faster. No superintendent. Apparently 5 charges of smoke is enough. Although you do, I'd like the extra reload booster, but honestly, what point you don't have the... What points would you give up? I don't know. Maybe Dazzle. Alright, yeah, we didn't quite get a chance.
Maybe you could, maybe organize yourself an interview and question the Dazzle, because I think that's the first Dazzle destroyer we've seen.
Oh, so everybody always shittalks Dazzle because it's generally seen as a bad skill for whatever the hell reason. Basically, dispersion bonus isn't that big. But remember when we said the same thing about Deadeye and it being absolute, absolutely terrible, absolutely terrible for the game, this whole Deadeye thing? That might have been more to do with the positioning and the actual dispersion benefit it provided, but it doesn't really matter. Although a lot of people say, actually, you know what? Columbo with Deadeye was great. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That skill is long gone. It was terrible for the game. Anyway, initial deployments that we've been trying to get into for like 5 minutes, but then a restart happened. Green team going to be sending over the A cap Ragnar, St. Vincent, Stalingrad. B cap going to have a single Ragnar, and then over at C cap we've got Petropavlovsk, Haragumo, Nevsky, Vincent, and Marceau. And we're about to see Marceau on Marceau Violence. Sorry, Jarek, you didn't even get time to do your deployments.
Well, while that's going on, Rain are sending the Haragumo, Des Moines, Kremlin, and Stalingrad to A, nothing to B, Petropavlovsk, Shikishima, Yuyang, and Marceau to C, where the violence is currently in progress.
Yeah, violence is in progress, and it looks like emergency maneuvers are going to have to be made by Solitude as he nearly beaches up against the island. Long-range shots in for the Petro as well. That's going to sting. Nevsky Salvo's starting to come in as well. Marceau and Yu Yang. Did Sheep even open up? Sheep did open up. Okay. The Dazzle Enjoyer has opened up. Right. So
Yeah,
he's going to be
Solitude doing a bit of dancing around that island there, which has definitely cost him health.
Yeah. I mean, Hexagen also got a bit of a slap. So did Sheep. So HP-wise, the trade's kind of even, apart from the fact that Solitude took all of it.
Yeah, so I think the HP trade is firmly in actually remains quick just because, you know, Solitude lost some 18,000 there, and Hexagen lost just about 10, and Sheep lost 1.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty hefty health trade, but Hexagen can't ignore the damage they've taken either.
Crossshot's coming across here from Gang onto this Stalingrad's broadside. Might actually do a chunk. Nah, you got.
Yeah, and Analyte Tongues also fired at the Shikishima, and then a little bit, but not much.
Yeah. So action all over the place. Real Ship Shady going to be positioning his Stalingrad south of the B cap. Needs to be very careful he doesn't end up just getting farmed by Shriver. He's got. No one can maintain spot, and he'll be able to shoot Shriver back, so he should be okay. That's a decent Stalingrad position. He's got no torpedo threats, no darings or anything like that. A single fire conga line him. We see
Solitude needs a little bit more damage as he gets spotted by Sheep. Kinemod needs to be careful here. He does have Sheep's torpedoes coming in it again.
He's hydro.
Looks like he'll be safe. Yeah, he's pushing to the end of the smoke to avoid them. A bit luckier this time with the position than last time.
Alright, so yes, cross shots coming in from Stalingrad against this Marceau of Hexagen as well. Alright, we have the radar of Gang at B, gonna be picking up the Ragnar of Shriver. Didn't really shoot him. There are things happening. Oh, back over the A-cap, we see the Haragumo has smoked up this domain at the island. They're gonna be swarming the St. Vincent, the Kremlin of the Eternal Titans right behind that. They've realized, we can't do anything here. Okay, goodbye. That cap is just taken. And we have the Stalingrad and Stalingrad. They should be holding each side of the B cap. So it looks like all the action is gonna be over here at C. I don't really see a way.
What's interesting is nobody's stepped on a cap yet. I know Penta have tried, and Rain have kind of locked down B cap with the two 12-kilometer radars overlooking it. It makes it very hard for Shriver to even think about getting into those caps. It looks like he's just going to leave.
Yeah. Nevsky radar from Artillery is going to be coming out. Won't be picking up anything. Over at the A-cap, Worldspawn's radar comes out. Does pick up Marcello and the Ragnar, but he's right on the outskirts of that. He should be leaving that. Now that gives time for Haragumo to start taking A.
Interestingly here, Hexagen's Marceau is driving over towards B. Seems to just be stopping. I think the call was made there. Analyte Tongue put out a radar, and I think Real Ship Shady has said, no, there's a radar up, don't come yet, because you're just going to get radared if you're driving to B. So just waiting until that's over. It would be an interesting situation if Hexagen does go push B and Shriver's still there to radar, because they can't really afford to put the Marceau up against
well, he's spotted now by Blue Legends radar.
He is, so they know he's there, they know what he's interested in doing, but the only radar they'll have available by the time it's relevant is going to be Shriver's Ragnar.
A-cap was taken by Rain. C-cap was taken by Penta.
Yeah, just as I talk about, like, no one's stepped on a cap yet, both teams step on a cap.
Yep. So
it's not unusual though.
Nevsky has deep waters coming towards him, doesn't have his hydro active, but it looks like he's conveniently, positioned in a way that, he's minimized the risk and, was rewarded for minimizing the risk. They would just go either side of him without really much dodging required. Ship Shady, slowly being farmed by Ragnar, who can't see him anymore, so he's going to reverse back around his rock and be like, I'm fine here, thank you.
Yeah.
What do we do with Hexagen here, then? Does he go?
So, it's sort of hid behind the island when the Blood Legends radar came out, and he's just not moved since. I think there's a bit of probably a bit of discussion going on in the voice comms about do they risk it? They know the Ragnar's there. They know there's going to be radar coverage. Is it worth it?
I think the plan is they wait until B is contested, then they use Ship Shady's radar, then the Marceau comes running out. Because Anlai is so far back right now, he can't get involved in the fight.
Yeah, I am curious about Analyze's journey here.
Yeah, if he comes much further back, he's got a Des Moines to work. There we go. There's a Des Moines there. The mine immediately gets a fire with one salvo.
Yeah, I don't really know why go there. Sheep's been cut out here though. Sheep's down to 4,000.
Don't worry, he has dazzle.
I'm sure his crew are also dazzled by the fire on board. No damage control available, by the way, and on fire.
Yeah,
he's health, and he
sheep's
goes
going
down.
Artorias, is he going to be able to get anything on Vile in exchange? Probably not. I mean, Sheep got a couple of torpedoes onto Kinney Mod there, and the Nevsky.
Yeah, Kinney Mod sort of gave that angle to get as many guns on as possible once he caught Sheep in the radar. It's quite an important kill that it sort of opens up Penta's ability to play on that side.
B-Cap, Gang and the Petro are going to be
Gang
diving
is pushed
out.
all the way in.
Yeah, he's found the Ragnar
And
Shriver.
Ally Tongue's come back.
Interesting raid all there. Shriver?
Maybe expecting to catch the Marceau closer. But now, surely, just 2 Ragnars in the Stalingrad farm, well, attempt to farm a Petro, right? Although Hexagen's opened up. Hexagen trying to farm the Stalingrad down and getting chased away by Shriver there.
Yeah, there's a lot of a lot of shells flying towards the Petro, but a lot of damage. Not a lot of damage happening.
Yeah, the same can be said for the Haragumo rainbow going towards the Blood Legends Petro.
Yeah, this is the thing with Petros. They don't really.
Yeah.
Damage is a theory.
Oh, what? Shikishima shot's coming out for Blood Legend as he's reversing. I think he's actually reversed past them. Yukino not expecting Blood Legend to stay in reverse that entire time, apparently.
So, the farming has begun. It's a race to see who can farm down who first. It doesn't look like anybody's going down anytime soon.
Yeah, Gang's Petro's just sitting there with Marceau, Ragnar Stalingrad down, and I don't think he cares.
Looking at the points, yeah, currently it is like 496 to 404 with one Captain in each favor. DWA do have the kill in hand. Sorry, Penta have the kill in hand. One day they will pick a name and stick to it. Hexagen and his Marceau going to be caught on Anlight Tongue's radar, being forced out of it. Everything's switched fire to him briefly, but it doesn't look like he's going to be taking very much.
No, well, every little bit of chip damage sort of matters. I think Bendav just said, sod it, we'll ignore the Marceau because we've actually managed to do damage to the Petro. Petro may actually be in danger, although Shriver is no longer able to shoot, so Shriver's just switched up to Hexagen's Marceau.
The problem is, if Gang reverses too much further back, he has to worry about Angel Stone's St. Vincent and Kenny Mod's Nevsky.
Yeah, and if you look over there now, to stop the Shikishima cross-shotting, they have pushed up on it and opened up a world of hurt for the Shikishima.
Yeah, Shiki gonna be in a world of suffering, yeah. Quick look at the Shiki's build. He is not one of those people who enjoys running heavy AP Shikishima.
Hexagen's down to 4.5, roughly. Gang down to 14 with a heal just about ready now. There it is. But once that heal goes down, he's in trouble.
So is this Shiki, though. Shiki has a Damacon available. He is currently on fire. Pops his Damacon. He's down to 15,000 health. No heal for 60 seconds, and he's got the reigning death of Haragumo Nevsky on him. So
we have a race now. We have a race between Stalingrad and Petro. Who will survive their spams quicker, essentially?
Well,
Gang's used his damage control, and Gang's going to go down here. That's it.
Yeah, even the Haragumo.
No heal, no damage control.
And not that invincible, turns out. Only takes like 3 minutes of farming. Like 3 entire minutes of farming. And the sheep goes down as well. And that's a 3-ship lead for Penta.
And Anali tries to dive towards the island to minimize the Marceau shots coming in. And is now going to reverse out of it because caught by Des Moines Hydro, I would presume?
Yeah, Des Moines Hydro.
So, it has to just get away from the Marceau shots. But Penta... big hits on Artorias. Yeah, Artorias is going down. I think we can establish that.
Yeah, but can he trade?
At this point, a solid fact.
Can he trade and pick up Vile? Nah, Blood Legends
to make it worth it.
Even that's not worth it. It's like a 1-for-1 trade. Isn't good in this situation.
No, it's not good. But you need to make that trade if you can, and Vile's undetected and not interested in dying today, so
Yeah.
that's that decided. It looks like Penta responding quite well to the result of the last game here.
Basti gonna get caught by Ragnar Marceau as he comes out with it. And like Tongue, the farming is still in progress on him.
And like Tongue desperately trying to get away from the Marceau that has only just run out of range.
Rumors of Stalingrad's survivability being tanked may have been slightly exaggerated. He is still alive after like all of that pounding. Let me quickly take a look at the Stalingrad build here. See what he's running here.
So, but it's important to note there's the difference there was the Petrol was farmed out by double Ragnar, Stalin, and eventually, in fact, no, it was double Ragnar, Marceau, and Stalingrad, and the Stalingrad was only counter-farmed by a single Marceau.
Wasn't Des Moines on a stand for a while?
There was, but until the Des Moines pushed in. And Ally did nearly go down there, but that last heal bringing up to 20 odd K, and now he's going to have shots on a broadside Kremlin here, and there's the AP out. Eternal Titan's Kremlin in a bit of danger. There's at least one Citadel in that volley there, and it's just, I don't see a way out of that.
Well, they're kind of trapped in the Pagadome at the minute.
Yeah, and Ally is undetected whilst firing on the broadside of the Kremlin here.
Right, next salvo. Oof. Chunky.
Kremlin is going to go down here. 20 seconds until a heal.
I think at this point, it's GG go next.
Yeah. Hexogen going down. Yeah, Hexogen started firing into the water. That's it.
Yeah, Rainer just said, all right, GG Reds, we'll
the
see you
universal
next game.
signal off. Yeah, we'll just head to the next match, please.
Yeah, it's it's good for your mental. It's like, all right, this game's over. Let's just go die. It's you don't sit there for 10 minutes arguing about you should have. We've lost. Okay, move on.
Yeah, exactly. You if you know it, there is no way you can bring it back. Why prolong your pain, right?
Uh-huh.
And Real Ship Shady, has the advantage of being able to take that to an extreme by just parking broadside to everyone.
And still, rumors of Stalingrad's demise may have been slightly exaggerated. Penny mod with the AP. Dong.
Yeah, I think Blood Legend will be the
Dong.
Oh no, Blood Legend just has a vindictive streak for the destroyers there after the last battle.
Yeah. Ship Shady is just like, alright, I'm gonna give more angle to like Penta responding as they needed to the first loss there. Yep.
And we go into a game 3.
GG
Are you
go next
surprised by
moment.
that?
Surprised? What do you mean? Well, from what perspective?
By the game 3.
No.
By going for a game 3, yeah.
Like, honestly, Penta Arena has always been a good match, and it will always be, like, one of the premier World of Warships matchup. It's basically the EU equivalent of El Clasico at this point.
Yeah, like, if with Rain taking the first match, I would have been surprised to not see it go to game 3. I would have been surprised to see Penta, like, sort of let themselves fold to a 2-0 this early on.
I mean, both teams can take a map off each other. Like, that's not a question. Like,
yeah, exactly. It's just one of those, if you're going to see a game 3, you kind of maybe expect it here, and you kind of hope for it as well, because game 3s are exciting normally, and especially when the teams are both such good teams.
So, by the way, you mentioned earlier about both teams, like, about Northern Waters being Penta's map choice. Remember, they choose the map, but Rain chose the spawn, so...
Yes.
And a lot of these maps... all of these maps, I would say, have some significant advantages for one team and the other. So it's not necessarily map pick that decides who wins. You basically try to pick the most even map possible. So when it's like somebody's map pick doesn't necessarily mean they expect to win that map. It just means that they think that there is less of a disadvantage on the weak side on that map. That's the easiest way to explain it.
Yeah. Or they think they've got a strat for the weak spawn that will counter it enough.
Yeah.
It's and I know I've been on a team that's had a few maps that we will purposely pick a map that we know is considered to have a strong spawn because we know the other team's going to pick the strong spawn, and we are somewhat confident that we can counter it because we're going to do something not normal, outside of the norm to try and counter it, and it becomes one of those like you either pick a map that's balanced, or you pick a map that you are comfortable enough on that you don't actually care about the spawn.
Yeah. However, game 3 in this series, Sea of Fortune, was instead chosen by a bot because, once each team has had their map pick, we end up going to game 3, and that one's randomly chosen. And what was randomly chosen is going to be Sea of Fortune, which I haven't actually selected. I've still got Sleeping Giant selected. I'm going to put Sea of Fortune on there, right? Oof, magic. Like, so it's like nothing ever happened. And we'll go listen to Lord Zath's wonderful map introduction video. I think it's after this one. Yeah, it's definitely after this one.
Somewhere between the shores of France and England, this critical battlefield is the stage for a clash of enemy fleets. Tranquility will soon be shattered by the thunder of guns and flash of explosions, as only one fleet shall claim victory. This is Sea of Fortune. Sea of Fortune is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination-style map. A recent change will stress tacticians both new and seasoned, as there are now 4 capture points. To the west are A and B, likely seen as teams' home caps. Teams will be encouraged to deploy more assets west, but it comes at the cost of cross-map support. Will teams defend their home or risk it all to assault the enemies? There are 4 ways in or out of sea with no cover inside. Most teams will have battleship guns ready to punish any who dares enter. Will fortune favor the bold? D is possibly the easiest to capture, but with only 3 entrances or exits, players caught by enemy radar will soon find a 4th exit. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Sea of Fortune.
Sea of Fortune map introduction video by Lord Zath there. Man is very enthusiastic in that intro video. I wish I could be that enthusiastic. I decided to go with like the fucking movie, fucking like you know like the in a world. they know that kind of like in a world where machines rule the world. Hybrids made out of used materials. Death. What? Okay. Right. Anyway.
Luckily, it's not a concern for me to worry about that kind of thing yet.
I mean, give it time. You're gonna be the official cast for World of Warships EU. They might pull you into a room and say, Jurek, while you're here, record a map intro video. Make it up on the spot. Now, you gotta do it for, what's that new map called?
This map is mappy.
Yeah.
Oh no, Faroe Isles, don't make me do that one. It's also the map that is like location-wise potentially closest to me.
Well, El Crash and Alpha is like Dover.
Yeah, but that's that's a few hundred miles away still as well.
Yeah. One of them's meant to be French. I can't fucking remember which one. Oh wait, actually, yeah, it's fucking Crash and Alpha again. It's, France and England, I guess. Wait, where's Dover? Next to Cali, right? I don't do geography. Look, like, I'm from northeastern England. We don't give a shit about, like, southern geography. Yes.
Yeah, straight up, I'm pretty sure Faroe Isles is closer to me than Dover. It's only 300 miles away.
I mean, how far is Dover? A few hundred miles away.
No, well, Faroes is 300 miles, and I'm pretty sure.
Where is
Dover's
Faroe
like
Islands?
500.
Like, legitimately, I have no idea.
Go up to Shetland.
Uh-huh.
And then go up and left.
Okay. So, like, near Green.
Or go left.
Near Iceland.
I'm pretty sure Faroe Isles are on a straight line between Shetland and Iceland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. If you were to drive, yes.
All right, with your fucking water boat, with your fucking Jeremy Clarkson.
As opposed
fucking...
to the airboats, yes. Yeah.
Right, we've got water boats, airboats, and neither of them describe a fucking car, which you
We are smart people.
We're professional casters. It's fine. There's only like 2,000 people listening to how dumb we are right now.
It's all right.
Oh my!
They have volunteered to listen to it.
I don't understand, man. I don't understand. All right, so what we got coming up? We have like everything. We have Game 3 in this Best of 3 series. We have Penta triumph the reverse sweep against Rain after Rain took a 1-0 lead and then just got completely battered on the next map. It's been very, very flip-flop. Will Sheep still be running the Dazzle Radar? The Dazzle... Is he Dazzle Radar or Dazzle Smoke? It's Dazzle Smoke, right? Dazzle Smoke.
It was
no
Smoke last
mode.
time, definitely.
Yeah. Will Sheep still be running the Dazzle Smoke Yu Yang?
Yes.
Sheep's a really good player. He's just been caught out a couple of times the last couple of games because Penta are positioned to places to catch out with DD, and he's just been locked down there.
And
so
you
much
can see,
radar coverage.
You can see the caliber of players they are, because even when they are caught out, they live a frustratingly long amount of time. You know, like if we had seen it, pretty much any other team we've cast so far have a Marceau in the same position that Solitude got caught out on there where we had that island, they would have gone down. I would almost put money on the fact that any other team's Marceau would have just gone down there, and Solitude instead was like, "Oh, I need to leave. Oh, there's an island," and he does all this in the amount of time it takes him to touch his rudder keys. You know, like he thinks about it all and gets around that island. It costs him more health than maybe he would like, but he stays the hell alive and gets to take part in the rest of the battle, including getting rid of the petrol in the middle and, you know, actually being effective still.
Yeah, this is game three.
Yeah, and it should be noted that we are waiting a little bit longer because we seem to be picking up all the streamers from the games that haven't gone to a game 3.
Because for some reason, those streamers decided they didn't want to come to this game in the first place. What is wrong with you people? This is the best game of this. It's the best game of the day. Were you telling me that you didn't intentionally pick this game in advance, knowing that it was going to be Penta versus Rain, because you didn't pull up a spreadsheet and figure out who was going to go where? I did.
Well,
I knew this game was coming.
Yeah.
Game
I
3.
will note you did pick earlier than pretty much all of them, and a lot of the English language streamers today have come across from NA and.
They basically did us a massive favor to come cover extra games. Anyway, game 3 of this best of 3 series, Penta versus Rain, the big one, the El Clasico of World Warships. And here on Sea of Fortune, we're going to be running for Penta, St. Vincent, Colbert, Nevsky, Parapavlos, Marceau, Haragumo. Direct what have you got for Rain? I don't care. We've got fucking...
Before we go across the Rain's that, is the Colbert by any chance the legendary Kinemod?
Yes. Also, you're breaking up. Yep.
So on Rain's side, we've got the Vermont Kremlin, double Nevsky, Petropavlovsk, double Kleber, Haragumo, and Sheep is once again in the Yu Yang.
You are going full robot, by the way. That's wonderful. I really hope that's...
indeed.
Yes. Hey, right. So, right. I want to talk quickly about Kinemod and his... Is he using the church build? This is the important question. Is he going full church build? He is. It's glorious. He's running the full church build, Colbert. Kinemod.
There is a minor shot going on here.
There's a minor
Sheep
what?
is no longer Dazzle.
Wait, has he changed build?
Yes.
He has changed build.
Sheep has said that this Dazzle stuff is pish.
Yeah, he swapped out. Now he's running leg mod with Swift and Silence. He swapped for Swift and Silence. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Dazzle overrated. So I'm sure somebody's checked the VOD, seen Sheep, why are you running Dazzle, and just been absolutely peer pressured out of using it. Like, okay. Initial deployments for this game. Really interested to see where this is going. Haragumo and Nevsky heading over to the A cap. St. Vincent hovering behind B cap with a Colbert behind it. Petropavlovsk also going to be covering the C cap as well. Sorry, I said B cap, I mean C cap, because I'm not used to having a 4 cap layout. Over at the D cap, we have Nevsky, Vincent, Haragumo, and Marceau. Meanwhile, you're doing something spicy. Do you want to tell me about it really quickly?
So, Rain are running the double Kleber up to A cap. We'll see how that goes. They're also running Haragumo, Nevsky, Kremlin over to be their home cap. It looks like they've decided they want both home caps. Petro is going to hover around between B and C, whilst the Vermont, Nevsky, and Yu Yang sort of float around the back of D to slow down any pushes from Penta.
Alright, just pointing out quickly these builds. Both of these Klebers are going full gunboat. They've got slightly different builds on each of them. One of them's got priority target, the other one's got like BF. There's a whole like world of differences, but both of them are not running the leg mode. They're both going full gunboat.
And it looks like they have changed their mind about driving straight into A.
Yeah.
It was certainly a moment where that looked like that might be their intention, although that would have been, I think the kind word would be ballsy.
So, I wonder if this is a counter strat to try and do something about that Colbert, or I don't know. Maybe they've seen Colbert getting ran in the scrims. I have many questions. Like, I really like the idea of Colbert. I'm gonna be surprised if they let it get.
The first bit of health trade happens here. Gang takes a shot from Angelstone St. Vincent, just a little 5k HE volley, and burns damage control, and is now back to being undetected again.
Yeah.
And we have shots out towards the Penta Nevsky of NA Lull.
That's
Probably
cool.
grim.
Yeah. He's not wrong, though. N.A. Lul, indeed.
Yeah, it's an understandable name. And he does take a good amount of damage there.
Yeah. N.A. Lul down, like, 14k? So this push, this hard push, double home cap push is starting to work. They've got 5 ships over here. You've got double Kleber, you got Haragumo, you got Nevsky. Nevsky's gonna get smoked up by this Haragumo relatively quickly, then you've got the Kremlin in behind it, and then it's just this Yu-Yang Nevsky is gonna get zoned further and further back. And
interesting to note that Blood Legend sort of plugged himself into C briefly there, but has been radared and decided to back off and wait until later. And it looks like the Kleber, as I believe that's Bison's Kleber, has tracked back towards C as well.
So I wanted to point out this, like, the double Kleber into the Nevsky Haragumo is you force these Klebers forward, and the Nevsky has a hard time. Like, it's still a Nevsky, it has good damage, but you can get into the smoke bloom range of the Nevsky, and when you've got the Kremlin and your own Nevsky and the Petro potentially pushing forward to all get the cross shots onto it, you can potentially take down that Nevsky. The Nevsky, who is currently caught full broadside. Okay. It's fine. It's only Nevsky. It's only Nevsky. It's only Nevsky on Nevsky violence.
Kremlin shots are coming in. The smoke screen's coming in desperately.
Yeah. Marco Pello going to be smoking out with Nevsky. It might be a little, you know, he's taking some damage. He's getting forced out. Home cap push is going to be a pain in the ass. However, Kenny Mod and his Colbert will be ready and waiting for this. Marceau dives into the C cap. D cap's already taken. Penta going to be running on 3 caps. So this double home cap push.
Yeah.
Well,
they are clearly hyper aware at this point that they're probably going to lose their home cap. They're going to try and hold on to it as long as possible. But, you know, to counter that, they grab the other caps as early as possible and hold on to them. Gang, however, has decided it looks like he wants the C cap. And in he goes.
Kenny Mod and the Church of 1 million DPM Colbert build has now started the farming upon the Kremlin. The Kremlin is not going to enjoy this one bit. However, there's no vision on him right now, so he should be okay for a bit. Depends.
So Penta do not get C cap because Vermont resets Solitude via the Petro Hydro, and now we see what is going to be Petro Kleber Vermont versus Petro Marceau.
Yeah, there's going to be a whole thing happening in here. Kleber coming out, Bison going to be opening up on the Marceau of Solitude, whose name I'm going to repeatedly forget because he's running this stupid name. Kleber Salvo's come out, not going to do very much. Uses the full reload booster there, drops his torps as well. Blood Legend getting forced a little bit backwards because he doesn't know where those torpedoes are going to be. His Hydro is not currently up. Petro Pavlos gang going to be poking around the corner, and now we have Petro and Petro bow on violence, where one of them's going to try and incompatibility the turret to the other one.
Yes, and immediately Blood Legend lost one of his turrets. As you can see, he's fired one now.
Yeah.
Immediately lost his B turret there as it stopped turning as he was trying to get the resets here on Gang. He hasn't got them. There we go. Now. Yeah, you know, very important. He needs to stop that cap from ticking because if they lose C cap and they lose their home cap, they're in trouble. Hexagon's Kleber over at A, taking some damage and getting forced away from A cap there.
Yeah, we got some Nevsky radar action going on there. They are pushing towards this, but like, it's really hard to push into open water against a smoked up Nevsky. Yeah, especially with Kenny Mod and his Colbert sat there. Just looking at this repush down here, we have Nevsky on Nevsky violence, both being smoked up right now. I don't know if they're gonna be like I don't know who's gonna win this smoke trade. The Haragumo smoke is going further forward, and it looks like Altorius is just kiting away. So, yeah, I mean they do have an Angel Stone over there to worry about. Right, back over to the C cap. There is Kleber of Bison.
Blood's got his radar up. Yeah, Blood's got his radar up to try and force some resets here.
That's a couple of.
And they do get them.
The Colbert of Kinney Mod has now begun the. Oh god, yeah, Colbert. Colbert is a thing. Yes. Not what you want to be shooting at your destroyer, I must say. But now the radar is
blind fire.
Yeah, the radar's already over. He's using the French radar. Just shoot everywhere in the cap till you hit something. And look at the bomb onto Gang from the Marceau of Solitude.
Yeah, it seems like Gang has a Penta just like to farm Gang's Petro. It's just a thing.
It's
But
a
you have to
forward
be careful.
position.
This Vermont is reversing aggressively in Penta's direction.
Well, the Colbert of
And
Kinemod is
Kinemod
currently
is spotted.
spotted.
And there you go, the Vermont shots.
It's Kinemod. He should be able to use his belt. He knows what he's doing. However, he's getting cross.
Kremlin shots as well. What was that?
Colbert, not as squishy as it looks, unless the Kremlin cross shots come in. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so although it looks like Hexagen's about to grab ACAP, NA gets a radar. Will have a radar ready before the ACAP is taken.
Speaking of radars, Vile diving face first into the Nevsky radar. He's all right for now, but no. They're going to gain some ground over there. They're going to get some more control over this side of the map.
Hexagen reversing to avoid torps here, gets radared, and
5 seconds on the cap. Is he going to get reset?
The reset doesn't land. No. The shots landed right next to him, but didn't give the resets. So they do take the Penta home cap.
Yeah, 3 points currently. Sorry, 3 caps currently taken in favor of Rain in this situation. There are 0 kills so far. Gang currently in the middle of the B cap there, not getting farmed anymore. Nobody has line of sight. Nobody has an angle. Angel Stone, the only thing that's like sitting in any sort of caps. That's like D. I mean, we have Blood Legend parked outside of that one, but he really doesn't want to dive face first in between this Vermont and Petro crossfire. Do they want to use Solitude, some sort of rush on the Petro? There's the Kremlin there waiting for him.
Well, so Kinemod has discovered a position to farm the Vermont. Blood Legend looks like he might want to sleep. In fact, Vermont is going to be farmed by both Kinemod's Colbert and Point's Nevsky.
Yes, the fires have begun. He does have a Damacon rail available. He has a heal available. Vermont is very good at what was called burst tanking.
So, does he see the St. Vincent torp coming? And does it have range?
It has range, but he's too slow for it. It's a Vermont. It's a Vermont in reverse. He's not going to catch anything.
No. But he's going forward away from them now. You know, like he was going forward towards that torp. It does just go under the bow.
Oh,
that would have been
Vermont
dangerous.
is so slow that I thought he was reversing.
No, he was going into that, but he did see it early enough to turn away. That would have been bad news for the Vermont. Out of all the things that it could have eaten, a flood in the top there would have forced the damage control. He does beach though.
Is Kinemod in range to farm?
Yes, those are Kinemod shots landing just now, and Vile's on his way over to get the spot.
I mean, we should have
there
vision.
It is.
Yeah. There's the right. So now we have a very, 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 very farmable Eternal Titan in his Vermont. Yeah. He has no Damacon for 60 seconds.
Yeah.
The farm has begun. Marceau, Colbert, Petropavlos, Karagumo, Nevsky, all going to be raining down onto this Vermont of Eternal Titan, who is very, very caught out.
Yeah, and Point using AP just now because why uses HE when Kinemod exists? You know, it's a dangerous position for Eternal, but he looks like he's going to get away. That acceleration of Vermont actually coming into play here. As odd as it is to say the acceleration of Vermont, even though it has the top speed of a shifting season.
I thought you said exhilaration instead of acceleration, in which case, so yeah, it's a very exhilarating experience.
It is also very exhilarating when everything is on fire and everything's making explosion sounds, I suppose.
I mean, he has a lot of health in the bank. If he manages to get out of here...
And his heal's up now. He's going to get away from this.
Well, it depends on how many fires he takes on the way out. His Damacon is ready. So he's going to have to pop this sooner rather than later. There we go. Still 6,000, 17,000. Like, this might... He could still go down if he stays spotted. Okay, he gets
stopped. Still spotted, but Point has been pushed now. Point is spotted and's got to think about that. He's detected once again, though, Vermont.
I think Lyle's got line of sight. No, Haragumo got line of sight or Petro got line of sight? One of them three has got line of sight. The farming has returned. He's down to 17,000 health. His heal's still going, but not for much longer.
No damage control ready. You know, the heal isn't ready for another 30 seconds. Can they kill him in 30 seconds? I think they can.
Almost certainly, yeah.
Sheep is desperately trying to get there in time, but it's not enough.
No,
and Eternal Titan goes down here.
Yeah.
He's got a permafire already, and that's it.
And he's also, that smokescreen is giving away the position of the Yu-Yang, and they should know where the Nevsky is because of the RPF, so that means they can make some more advancing. Meanwhile, over at the A-Cap, look at
Bison's being caught. Oh no. Kinemod and Solitude have found a Bison.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. 1,000 health.
He gets away with it.
But now, he's still shooting, though. He's...
But, well, he might get a trade for Vile.
He's a Blood Legend.
Vital's 3,000 health Harugumo isn't in danger here.
100 health on Bison. There we go. Goes
They are
down.
gonna trade for Vital, maybe?
Goes down. Yes. Okay. There we go. Nevsky got the salvo. Right.
Gang might be about to go down as well here. Gang's been farmed out fairly consistently here. Is going to go down here. Damage control's up. No heal for 4 seconds. Will the heal land before? The heal's off, but not in time.
Nah, it's not time. Right.
Blood
Rayna's
Legend might
still
need
in the
to be-
lead though.
Yes, Blood Legend managed to dodge Bison's Clabertorps there. That got exciting real quick.
Okay, so if Penta take this, I think they are still in the lead. Yes, Penta should still be in the lead with taking on 2 caps. But we have this blob of 4 ships versus this blob of 3 ships.
Artorias is in trouble here. Artorias is detected in the open with no...
spotted.
Sheep's not there to give him smoke, and he's just going to go down there without any real contest, unfortunately.
Gets Vincented. Right, back over to A. Back over to the home caps. The brawl is breaking out. We have Harugumo with Ship Shady, like, opening up upon the Kremlin. Sorry, it's not Harugumo and Ship Shady. Now he's spotted. I was looking at the Marcelo Harugumo. Vincent of Silverblade being now the target of the farming.
Yeah, this is a...
Sheep gets caught in his Yu Yang over there. He doesn't have Dazzle to save him anymore. Let's see if he can escape.
Yeah, and Rain need to get the kills over at A because they haven't killed. They've taken the Penta home cap, but they haven't got any kills on that side at all. And their Kremlin is suffering a bit.
Yeah, at the same time, though, the
Blood Legend and Kinemod are now joining in as well. Although Kinemod, I don't think has the range for the Kremlin just yet.
It might be a while. He is running reload mod on his Colbert.
Yes.
The Church of 1 million DPM.
I don't see a ship there. Maybe the Nevsky. The Nevsky is the threat to Kinemod if he tries to rush across and get range.
Well, the biggest problem for Penta right now is if the St. Vincent of Silverblade goes down, because he doesn't have a heal anymore. He doesn't have damage on for 60 seconds, and he's like currently burning on 12,000 health. He shoots at the Kremlin.
And you compare that to the Kremlin that has 3 heals remaining and a lot of health to heal. Okay, so Silverblade is going to go down at some point, but how long is the question, I suppose.
He might not, honestly. He might get dark here because the Harugumo is slowly...
He is on fire, though.
He is on fire, but that fire's been burning for a while now. It might go out soon. 2,000
How's the Harugumo smoke? No, the Kremlin's safe from the Torps.
But is he safe from the St. Vincent salvo that just came out?
Survey says no.
No.
A trade is good for Penta there. There's no other way around it. Sheep has to somehow, 1v2 Solitude and Point.
I mean, Sheep could take out the Marceau. He could kill the Marceau.
He could, but the Nevsky joining in would probably make that a terminal situation.
Well, Nevsky doesn't have radar for 40 seconds. You could get away with it.
That's true. Yeah, but he does need to catch the Marceau in that time, and I think Solitude's very aware of that.
Well, things about more getting caught. Our real Ship Shady and the Harugumo is getting radared by Ene Lul, aka Ko.
Yes. I don't see... This has been a very good match, but it seems to have just that big exchange in the middle with the Vermont getting caught has cost Rain a lot.
Also,
the moment that Vermont goes down... Yes. But the moment that Vermont goes down, Rain don't have the firepower in the mid to throw around to delay that push any further. And it's telling now. You can see that has had its effect.
Yu Yang playing Ring Around the Roses with Marceau.
Yeah, Kinemod's got involved in that.
Yeah. Sheep.
I don't think Sheep likes that anymore.
No, there's nothing you can do. Sheep's just screwed here. You can't get out because Nevsky has.
Because if he goes forwards, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there we go. There's the Nevsky shells coming out.
This is like a masterclass, or not a masterclass, but it's a prime example of the sort of like the clinical finishing of a good team. One player makes a mistake, gets their ship stuck, and the entire enemy team locks onto it and just says that we're having that.
Right, that's a good focus fire. It's like, all right, drop everything. We're farming this guy now. Go.
Yeah, it is a prime example of why these teams are as good as they are. Rain are very good. There is no ifs, no buts about it. But they made a mistake in front of Penta, who are very good, and made sure that they suffered for it as harshly as possible.
Indeed. Congratulations to Penta taking this series 2-1. The reverse sweep. It was a reverse sweep, right?
I mean, it is as close to you have reversed the normal reverse sweep you're used to in the best of 3 you can get, by definition. But this is why we're here to see this match today, because it is just a prime example of strong play and good teams going up against each other here instead of these sort of mismatches you often find early on.
All right, well, that was a good series. How long have we got till our next series starts? Have we got decompression time? It's decompression time.
I'm not sure we do. I'll be honest. I think we've got 15 minutes.
Okay.
But we need to find the match because the room should be open by now. So I'm just gonna go quickly look at that for you.
Apparently, I have
tell everyone about how exciting that was.
Apparently, I need to unhide dead ships in the side panels.
I see.
I'm being pinged and fucking shit. No, honestly, pinging me on Discord when I'm casting, not the best way to get a hold of me. If you really urgently need to get a hold of me, fucking send